Well, g'day Flatties and reality defenders. This is the legendary Critical Think from Down Under. Thank you very much, very kind. Okay, what do we got today? Oh, it's the 3 or maybe 6 Bitcoin Challenge Day 8. Let's hear what this clip says. I've been sent these clips by a subscriber in Inspector Cusio or something like this, but thank you very much. I like to use a different clip wherever I can, and I'll dig out a few more.
Every day there's a featured video. If you think the Earth is a globe, all you have to do is watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks. At the end of that 2 weeks, send me a proof that the Earth is a globe and you win 3 Bitcoins. But before you do, you have to hit the question mark button and see if your questions are answered there.
Okay, so we got to remember when we get through these 14 days, we've got to do the question mark. Okay, we'll deal with that. Here's today's featured video. Is spinning faster than the speed of sound. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, another one of these. So there, that's we know what this is about. And do you want the red pill or the blue pill? So, well, interesting. The Flatties should be taking the red pill to get out of their cult. But anyway, next. So, housekeeping before we go on. Yes, like and subscribe. The link to GoFundMe is in the description. Please, I'd really love to have some more donations, and I really appreciate the donations that I've got. And this will help me carry on. And the link to the final experiments is in the description. Right, so talking about this, the title is not so hot. This video by DITRH is not very long, but it's a slideshow. It's a slideshow, and I've had to it's got music. I don't want the music, so I've had to duplicate all the slides, and I've corrected a few of them as we went along. So the title, Spinning Faster Than the Speed of Sound. All right, this is a deceptive title, and it's targeted at vulnerable people who don't have any knowledge of real science, and they're easily misled. So it's a brainwashing slideshow. It's got a mesmerizing soundtrack and repetition of false information. It's designed to disengage conscious, rational thought and pass bogus ideas directly to the subconscious mind without the viewer's knowledge. And weak-minded individuals will not be aware that their belief systems are being manipulated. Well, that's how it works. But anyway, in this slideshow, there's no real science. There's deceptive and misleading information, arguments from incredulity, fear of very big numbers, and also not understanding the science. So it starts like this. So this is obviously incorrect. So the heliocentric Earth model is nothing to do with belief. This is the facts. This is what science tells us. So we're going to have to start making some corrections here. So you understand, if you understand the heliocentric Earth model, the rotating globe, you know the following. So the tangential velocity is over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. The Earth is rotating at the rate of 1 revolution per day. The Flatties like to make it sound very unbelievable by quoting 1,000 miles per hour. This is a little bit of deception involved there. Now, Mach number is commonly used as a measure of the speed of aircraft relative to the surrounding medium, which is air. So Mach 1 is 761 miles per hour, which is the speed of sound at sea level. So it varies according to the density of the air, whatever. Now, because everything in this picture is moving at essentially constant motion, water does this. It stays still. It's just like you were in an aeroplane. You're moving at constant motion. So the surface of the Earth is moving at a more or less constant motion. Water stays still. Another example of water staying still, perfectly normal on a globe. And I'll show a little bit here. This is me on an aeroplane on the way back from Chile. And I'll just play a little bit of this. You'll see that the airspeed, and you'll see that it appears to be perfectly still. Airspeed 922 kilometres an hour. That's fast. Oh, no, 924, 926. Oh, breakneck speed. Look at that. It looks like you're not even moving. The only thing that's moving here is my camera. How about that? That was almost the speed of sound. And yet it looked like you weren't even moving when you're sitting in the aircraft. Why would it be any different sitting on a planet that's the surface is moving, everything moving with you? It would be no different. Yeah, it's absolutely silly. So this Tomahawk missile hasn't reached Mach 1 yet. Okay. It appears to be very fast because we are outside the missile in a different reference frame. Yes, it appears fast. And so what's the point? So now this jet. Yes, again, it appears to be very fast to us because we are stationary and the jet is moving relative to us. That's completely different to being in the reference frame of the jet. If you were inside the jet, you and your surroundings would appear to be not moving, just the same way I was in that jet. So nothing in this picture is spinning. Within this reference frame, everything is essentially stationary relative to each other, and so you would not expect to see the water moving in this scenario. Everything's moving together. Newton's first law, everything moving together, you don't notice anything. And yes, it's slowly rotating, but you don't even notice that because it's so slow. So while rotating once per day, the Earth is orbiting the Sun in an elliptical orbit once per year. Nothing fantastic or unusual about that. And let's make some invalid comparisons here. Can someone please explain how the Concorde flying at Mach 2 is relevant to this? Don't understand. And hey, Daddy, look how fast a spaceship can go. Oh, they're so fast. The Earth orbits the Sun once per year. Average orbital velocity 107,000 kilometres an hour. Scary numbers, I know. But you don't have to use the number 666 if you don't want. And orbital velocity cannot be described as a Mach number. That's so silly. There's no air in space. So everything's moving. There's not moving through air. It's 44 times faster than the Concorde. Well, okay, so what? That's irrelevant. Totally useless comparison. And as would be totally expected, everything stationary in the same inertial reference frame remains still. That's back in reality. That is reality. Kepler's laws of planetary motion: if the orbit is elliptical, the Earth speeds up and slows down on its yearly path. No worries with that. And ever hear of a ride called the waltzer? Well, I don't know. I've never heard of that, but it's we have them by a different name in this country. It has spinning carts on a spinning platform. Yep, got the idea of that. Imagine the cart is the Earth and it's spinning just once per day. Just imagine that. That cart is spinning once per day. And the platform is the orbit of the Earth spinning once per year. So if you can just imagine that for a second, and we have this. You can see that they're moving very slowly there. You can't actually detect any movement. Got that? Yep. And we have this. Yes, we do. Yes, we can not detect any movement. Everything is in the same inertial reference frame. Rotating once per day, orbiting once per year, and this is exactly what you will see, yes. But to be fair, the waltzer spinning platform would need to be also flying in another additional direction. But to be fair, the waltzer is in its own inertial reference frame, and it does not matter about the velocity of the inertial frame of reference, relativity and all that. A velocity has a direction, but a direction is not a velocity. So he said it had a direction, then wanted to give it a Mach number. No. A velocity and direction are is like that, described like that. So a velocity in space cannot be expressed as a Mach number. Don't be silly. Seeing this too much. And oh, wow, yes, these are scary numbers. Our entire solar system is orbiting around the galaxy at 480,000 miles per hour. Ooh, so scary. So let's recap. So this here is incorrect and deceptive animation. It's not to scale, and it does not represent reality. The Earth rotates 1 revolution per day. This animation is deceptively several order of magnitude too fast. Way too fast. Of course, it's done like that to deceive. Mach numbers cannot be used for velocities in space. Sorry, the orbits are once per year for the Earth, and sound does not travel in space. Mach number cannot be used for velocities in space. We already covered that. And 3 different motions at the same time at speeds with scary big numbers that flat brains can't deal with. And all these velocity vectors combine into one single velocity vector. So it's not 3 or 4 or 5 speeds at once. You don't even notice. All you notice is, first of all, nothing, because it's more or less constant, and it's always in a single direction. The speed doesn't travel in different directions at the same time. So this is exactly what we expect to see in an inertial frame of reference, where everything is more or less stationary in the frame of reference. So we get this. It's exactly what we expect. The position of the stars change slowly over time, and this is because they are far away. So these trees here, you see, are close, and the stars are far away. Okay, you okay with that? So let's mention some more scary numbers, shall we? Ooh, 2.2 million miles per hour. My brain's going to explode. That's too scary. I can't handle that. Oh dear. Oh, the Earth must be flat because the numbers are too big. Yes, we live on an incredible, amazing, beautiful, slowly rotating globe Earth. And all this is verified by measurement. Well, thank you very much. And we'll see you tomorrow.